Good morning. It's almost 6 a.m. We begin this Thursday morning with breaking news. A deadly shooting in southeast Austin this morning. I'm Brian May.
And I'm Yvonne Nava. Now let's get right out to our breaking news. Daybreak's Corey Coffin live on Grove Boulevard near East Riverside Drive with the information that we know so far. Corey, what can you tell us?
Good morning. Well, we're right along. Well, good morning, Brian and Yvonne. We are waiting from an update on an update from police at this point. Right now, we're standing at Grove and Fairway, which is kind of where the scene has been cordoned off by police. Let me get out of the way and give you a look here. This entire area of Grove Boulevard is blocked off for about 2 blocks, and the main police presence in this particular street, if you head over just slightly, you can see where the actual scene is, which appears to be in the parking lot of this complex next to us right here. So we're going to find out exactly what police have known so far about the scene, but we do know it's a deadly shooting. One man around 20 years old has died here at the scene. We also know another man has been rushed to the hospital with critical injuries. They do say those injuries are life-threatening. We are told also that Austin police plan on coming over here and providing us an update on what possibly might happen and any other additional details that they may be able to tell us. Unfortunately, that's all we know at this point, but we'll continue to provide you updates as soon as we get more information. Head back out here to the scene. Right now, we are live at Fairway and Grove Boulevard. Brian, Yvonne, back to you. And actually, let's get a check of our weather real quick with Erica Lopez.
Hey there, Corey. Well, a cool start to our morning as you're heading out the door. Temps in the 40s, even some 30s. The hill country is a chilly one this morning. 45 in ABIA, 52 in Camp Mabry. The good news is that our winds are calm today. Much different from the last 2 days, so you can expect those calm winds in your forecast this Thursday. Here's a look at the cool down in the last 24 hours. About 9 degrees cooler San Marcos. Burnett at 3 degrees cooler. Llano 9 degrees cooler this morning. So you may need a light sweater as you're heading out the door. Your rush hour forecast is looking pretty clear also. We're expecting a mostly sunny day. Temperatures warming up into the 70s, closer to 80 degrees this afternoon as we enter into your daytime high temperatures. Let's take a look at the traffic, your roads this morning as we talk traffic. Sky cams, TxDOT cams are looking pretty nice this morning on 35. No major accidents to report on as of now, and drive times are looking okay as you're heading out the door. A lot of green showing up on our graphics. Do want to keep you an update on Grove Boulevard where that incident is occurring, where we just talked to Corey, who's out there in the scene. We do have Grove Boulevard that is closed as of now as they currently are investigating that area. 15 minutes this morning from 45 to downtown, 4 minutes from 2222 to Cesar Chavez, 7 minutes from 45 to Mopac this morning. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you. 6:02 is your time. Happening today, Mayor Steve Adler will address the rise of synthetic drug use here in Austin, an issue the city has been tackling since 2012. Austin Travis County EMS has been dealing with an uptick in K2 calls these past few weeks. K2 is a synthetic drug made from a combination of hazardous chemicals. Just last night, 25 people were hospitalized due to bad reactions from K2. On Monday, 20 people were also taken to the hospital for similar reactions, and last week responders treated 50 people and 23 of them rushed to the hospital. Austin police have been working with state and national officials to fix the problem.
11 weeks into the presidency of Donald Trump, the current situations in Syria and North Korea have now put Trump's America First foreign policy to its biggest test. The new administration denouncing the horrific chemical weapons attack in Syria this week, calling out their president, Bashar al-Assad, and Russia. President Trump saying he's now changed his attitude. The latest development comes on the eve of another big foreign policy test for the president, a meeting with the president of China. ABC's Lana Zach reports North Korea will be a big topic in this meeting.
President Trump says these images, and others too graphic to show here, of children killed in a chemical weapons attack in northern Syria have changed his perspective.
That attack on children yesterday had a big impact on me. Big impact. My attitude toward Syria and Assad has changed very much.
Prior to becoming the president, Mr. Trump had tweeted, "Syria is not our problem." But now he's calling out the Assad regime.
That crosses many, many lines beyond the red line.
At an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council, Russia continued to deny Assad's responsibility, blaming terrorists and actors. But U.S. Ambassador Nikki Haley said the facts were undeniable. The Syrian government used chemical weapons against their own people, killing more than 80, mostly women and children.
There are times in the life of states that we are compelled to take our own action.
The new tough talk on Syria follows another major foreign policy challenge, North Korea. On Wednesday, the Hermit Kingdom launched another medium-range ballistic missile. President Trump is likely to raise that issue today with China's President Xi Jinping when he begins his visit at Mar-a-Lago.
North Korea, we have a big problem. We have somebody that is not doing the right thing, and that's going to be my responsibility.
And President Trump has said all options are on the table when it comes to North Korea. And like Syria, administration officials have said the U.S. is prepared to go it alone if international allies like China fail to help. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Well, happening today, the Senate is expected to take up a key procedural motion that creates a path for the confirmation of Neil Gorsuch to the seat on the Supreme Court. Republicans face a likely filibuster by Senate Democrats. If the Democrats filibuster, well, the Senate is expected to invoke what has become known as the nuclear option, which would change Senate rules and advance Gorsuch's nomination with just a simple majority. If that happens, a final vote on Gorsuch's confirmation would take place tomorrow. Former Texas Governor Rick Perry now has an official spot on the National Security Council. President Donald Trump removed chief political strategist Steve Bannon yesterday. The decision comes after President Trump authorized the reorganization of the NSC to include Bannon as a permanent member of the panel back in January. Bannon had attended only one NSC meeting.
Just a few hours from now, Texas lawmakers will start to take up the state's $218 billion budget at the Capitol. House members decide what to pay for and what to cut from the budget. Looks like they have a long day ahead of them. The House will go over 400 amendments that have been filed. The last session, the House members filed around 350 amendments to the budget. That debate, the last time around, lasted 18 hours. Also happening at the Capitol today, the family of a San Antonio area teen who took his own life after dealing with cyberbullying will testify at a public hearing. It's been 15 months since 16-year-old David Molak committed suicide. His family says he dealt with prolonged bullying online, and now they want to bring awareness and tackle the issue. The Molak family will testify at today's State Affairs public hearing on behalf of David's Law, which aims to prevent and tackle cyberbullying. If David's Law passes, it'll give Texas school districts the ability to investigate both off-campus and on-campus bullying and work with law enforcement on investigations.
A new investigation shows that hundreds of Transportation Security Administration workers have failed drug and alcohol tests over a span of 6 years. According to the report, more than 850 TSA workers at airports across the country tested positive for drugs or alcohol between 2010 and 2016. And here in Austin, there have been 5 failed drug tests and 2 failed alcohol tests. The TSA conducts drug and alcohol tests randomly. Tests are also given if there is reasonable suspicion that an employee is under the influence. And Austin police are hoping that you can help them find the man accused of sexually assaulting a woman inside of a Burger King. Let's take here a look at some surveillance video from the Burger King on East Ben White Boulevard. Police say 2 employees were prepping food early Sunday morning when the man went in through a side door and then sexually assaulted one of the women. He's somewhere between 5'8", 5'10", police say. If you've seen him, give police a call.
A nurse's aide accused of abusing an elderly woman at a local nursing home is now facing assault charges this daybreak. Our crew captured video of Pflugerville police arresting this man, 23-year-old Carlos Santa Cruz, yesterday around 4 p.m. Officials say last week Santa Cruz posted Snapchat videos of himself taunting an 83-year-old woman with a feather, making her smear feces on her face. The incident happened at the Windsor Nursing and Rehabilitation Center on Duval in North Austin. The elderly woman now is doing okay today. We spoke with her son, who says it's about time charges were filed.
We're just relieved, that we're finally starting to see some justice for my mom. And we're incredibly grateful for everything that you've done and that APD is doing.
Santa Cruz has been suspended from the nursing home. He's facing a Class A misdemeanor assault charge. If convicted, he could face up to a year in county jail and a fine of up to $4,000.
People living in the southeast are going to have to do some cleaning up after severe storms pass through. Tornadoes touched down in several states, South Carolina, Georgia, and Missouri. Flooding was also an issue, and the Masters even had to cancel its par 3 contest. Boy, it's rough out there. Let's talk a little bit about how that is impacting. Is it impacting our forecast, perhaps?
The way it's impacting our forecast is that we have a cooler air mass dragging in right behind that system. So we're waking up to some chilly temperatures this morning, lower 50s. Actually, some folks in the hill country, 30s and 40s is what they're waking up to. Currently in Mason, 37, Llano at 39, 50s here in Austin, San Marcos at 45 degrees, Blanco at 40. Your hour-by-hour forecast, this is what we're talking about. Mostly sunny skies this afternoon. The difference in your forecast today will be the lack of the strong winds, so you'll probably enjoy that. And some slightly warmer temperatures will be closer to 80 degrees for your forecasted high today. We're calling it 79 for your Austin metro area afternoon daytime high temperature. Now tonight, it's not going to be as cool as this morning. So tonight, dropping into the 50s. We're going to have some increased humidity heading our way. That's going to be the case throughout the rest of the work week into the end of the weekend. And then that is going to migrate into some rain shower chances as we head into next week. So I'll talk about that in the full forecast. Guys, back to you.
Erica, thanks. U.S. women's soccer scored a goal with a new contract. The players' union announcing a labor deal to settle a dispute over equal pay with male players. The contract includes a raise and bonuses, gives players some control over marketing rights as well. Fox News anchor Bill O'Reilly getting back up this morning. The president is weighing in now on the sexual assault allegations against the Fox News anchor. What he's saying about the situation with O'Reilly this morning.
Plus, why one college in the U.S. is offering scholarships to video gamers. Daybreak time is 6:11, and you missed your calling.
Yeah, we've been talking about that all morning. Also talking about this breaking news in southeast Austin. 2 men shot, both in their 20s. One pronounced dead at the scene, the other taken to the hospital. This is an area right near Riverside and Montopolis at an apartment complex there. Corey Coffin is there, and she'll provide updates for us throughout the morning. We're going to check in with her coming up in just a few minutes here on Daybreak. Stay with us.